Welcome back to the Global Collective, the podcast where we explore the stories, strategies, and mindset of people building businesses that cross culture and borders. I'm thrilled to have with me today Vaishali Shah, a chartered fellow of the CIM Institute, if that's right, and founder of Creative ID, a luxury branding and marketing agency operating between Dubai and London. So I'm eager to hear more about that. And not only this, she's also an award winning bespoke stationery house for Ananya Cars, who specializes in culture and multicultural weddings and events. So this is going to be very interesting conversation. She also holds with the 25 years of experience building brands and three of her own SMEs under her belt. Vaishali is truly someone who has lived the global experience. Vaishali, welcome to the show. How are you feeling?
I'm very well. Such a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Komal.
Thank you for your time. And then you're doing so many things, so many businesses. How are you managing it? I just want to learn a little bit more about your story. You've been running Creative ID for 25 years and Ananya Cards for 20. Is that right?
That's correct.
And that's really remarkable. You're just staying in the power. So I want you to take us back to the time where you started it, where it all began.
Okay, wonderful. So I didn't ask for permission. I started the business. I started 26 years ago. I come from an entrepreneurial family. My family business is actually 103 years old.
Wow.
So I always knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. It was the conversations I had at the breakfast table. So I always knew that it was something that I wanted to do. And after graduating from university, I wanted to work elsewhere, get some outside experience before setting up my own business. So that's what I did in January 2000. And I did it because I wanted to do something that was different. I saw that branding was very successful, very effective for the larger businesses. And I thought, actually, what about the smaller businesses? What about the solopreneurs, the founders like myself that are starting on their journey? I wanted to look after them and tap into that market. So that's why I started Creative ID. And then Ananya Cards, I started in 20 years ago in 2006. And that was more of a personal reason, actually. I felt that there wasn't any kind of greeting cards and stationery that represented me, my culture, my aesthetics, my heritage. So that's why I started Ananya
And they are
Cards.
adorable. Thank you so much. Last time we met and you gifted me some, and I'm still in the awe of it. I don't feel like opening it. First, I thought I'm going to use it and give my sisters, idea on it. And then I'm like, I'm not sure if I want to give my cards to you. They're so special. Of course, it reflects your passion and the culture that we are speaking about. Would you like to elaborate a little bit more about it? Because both of your businesses are deeply rooted in the cultural identity that you just spoke about. So how has your own cultural background shaped the way you approach that work, especially with Ananya Card?
That's a great question. So I feel I live two cultures as a British Indian. So I'm used to kind of the Western way. I'm used to very proud of being Indian. And that's how I live my life. That's how I'm living it day to day. So when I design, for example, for Ananya Cards and a multicultural couple comes to me, I completely understand about blending two or more cultures in a harmonious, seamless way. And from a creative point of view, as a creative, I love that. That's the creative challenge. So that both cultures, both families, both heritages are represented. So I love that. So it's something that I live. It's something that I'm passionate about. And so that comes across in the work that I do.
Absolutely beautiful. When you bring different cultures, put together, cultures are very powerful, right? Every culture has a unique story to share, and through your artistic mind, we are getting to view those things. So it's really amazing to see the designs, the color. Of course, you have a marketing background as well, so that really helps you to bring out the best in your creativity. You were based between Dubai and London, right? And you even have a service specifically helping people who wants to expand into Dubai's market and SMEs that we were speaking about. So what do founders get wrong about entering into this market? There's a lot of noise, and Dubai is a hub of SMEs. So what's the real opportunity here, and something that people are missing out, in your opinion?
I feel that there's no shortcut. There's no magic wand that I can use. You need to take time and commitment to this area. So that's what's important. So investing time, attending networking events, being consistent, persevering, having those coffee meetings. I think that's what's important. There's no quick fix. You can't just arrive in Dubai and expect to win business. You know, I'm living here. I have a business here, and that's what is helping me. And I think that's the mistake that some founders, for example, I have lots of friends in the UK that want to do things in Dubai and the Middle East, but they think it's just a quick way to do it. They see what I'm doing and they think, oh, we want to do the same. But actually, it takes a lot of time and effort and dedication and consistency. And then Dubai will welcome you. And there's some amazing opportunities here, but you need to put the hard
I
work
agree
in.
with you because most of the time what happens is that I have a great idea and I want to launch it, but okay, fine, you launched it. That's also not an issue because we have a lot of platforms. But then after a month or 2 months, where am I going to find clients? Paid clients specifically. Like you rightly said, networking opportunities are really, really important. And if you have one, go for it. Even if you are meeting the same people over and over again, what will happen is that they'll see that you're very consistent with your approach and you really want to achieve something. You're just not here playing, a game over here, but this is actually something that means to you. Coffee morning. And you are also doing something with the wedding collective. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yes, thank you. So I set up the Dubai Wedding Collective, which is a platform for fellow wedding and event industry professionals to meet and collaborate. I've thought if I'm finding it difficult to meet other people in the industry, maybe others are. So every month I hold an intimate coffee morning. I cap it at 20 people for people to come together, and I try and facilitate those relationships so that we've had lots of success from there. We've had a fashion designer that's used a hair and makeup artist from the group. We've had an event where a florist was used. We've had somebody use birthday cakes. So it's about creating those relationships, nurturing those relationships in an informal, relaxed way. But again, by having it every month, you build up that consistency so that you meet people again. And I think going back to your point, Komal, it's all about nurturing relationships. I have clients that have been with me for all 26 years of the business. I have clients that have been with me, several clients that have been with me for over 15 years. And I'd like to think it's because I nurture those relationships. I don't see the work and the projects as just kind of very transactional. In between projects, I'm still keeping in touch with my clients and keeping that relationship going, and because I genuinely
Yeah.
care about what's going on in their business. So I think that's the thing, that if you have your coffee morning here in Dubai, it doesn't finish with that. What can you be doing to strengthen
Mhm.
that relationship? What can you be doing to meet them again? Is there something that you've seen that you think that would be of interest to them, and send them a WhatsApp, comment and like
Mhm.
on their social media? So I think that relationship piece, that long-term view is key here.
Also, having coffee mornings, I think it gives you a chance to open up, or talk about issues that you haven't shared with other people before. There are many networking events, and everyone has something unique to offer, be it people, be it the idea, or anything else. But it's really great what you're doing, and you're not just bringing people together, but telling them, hey, this is a safe place to share, and we are all in this boat together. And we know your struggles, and let's try to fix this together. And it's really beautiful when people come together for that kind of mindset, and they have this utmost urge to help and support the same community, which is brilliant. So well done on you for that.
Thank you very much.
Creative ID and Ananya cards serve quite different clients, right? One is B2B and one is B2C, and both are deeply personal to you. How do you manage the mental and the operational switch between the two? Sometimes you may feel like my creativity is just switched off. So I want to know, like, do they feed each other in some way, or that people might not expect, or is there two different things?
It's actually closer than you think, because they're both in the creative space. They're both run by myself, and the same values that I hold, I bring into both businesses. So there is that kind of continuity between them. yes, because of the different target audience, they have different company names, different websites, different LinkedIns, but actually there is a common thread, which is probably, myself and the ethos and the
Yeah.
DNA of the business that feeds through. And actually, they do feed into each other's worlds as well, because people may have hired me for one business, but then as we get to know each other through these relationships, then they hear about the other business. So sometimes there is a lovely crossover between the
So then
businesses.
people start referring you, or they start taking your other services as well, because they know that you're offering. And then that's how, small businesses grows to medium and, to the next level when they bring all the 360 aspect of the business. And let's talk about luxury. Everything is evolving. I forget about the world, but in Dubai, every day luxury is evolving. There's a new meaning of luxury over here. Um, in the region like Gulf, where it intersects with heritage and modernity and very intentional clientele, where do you see luxury branding headed over the next few years, especially with your brands? And how are you positioning Creative ID for that?
Great question. So luxury is definitely changing. I think even the word luxury is kind of overused, and the definition of luxury is changing. To me, luxury, there's various things. It's personal now. It's not a logo. It's personal. We're in a world of hyper personalization. What can you do to make your client, your customer feel seen, feel heard? What are you doing that's personalizing and personal to them? I think that's very important. I always say that branding is very emotional. It's how a brand makes you feel.
Hmm.
So I think that's the kind of the new luxury is very much about the personalization. I would also say trust, not trends. I always say that, trust is the new currency, and building trust with your customer, I think that's very important. And through your luxury branding, through your premium branding, it's building that trust, which then brings that loyalty, which then helps with your reputation. So trust is very important as well, and your values that you build. Whether it's about
Mhm.
sustainability, whether it's about giving back. How can you bring your values into branding? So I think that's what's really important now. It's cutting through the noise. It's something that's emotional. It's something it's how I feel, and bringing that into your business. And also, what I always say is that branding is so much more than your logo. It's all your touch points. It's
Absolutely,
all the
yes.
places where your brand touches your
Mm,
customer or potential customer. And that's what, to me, what luxury branding is about. It's not just having a
yeah.
fancy logo, but where else are you interacting with your
Mm,
customer? From the way you dress, from the way your shop is presented, to your packaging, to your website, to your signage, to all of that, how you're showing up. To me, that is the luxury in the customer
mhm.
service and in the whole journey, not by just having a gold forward
Yeah, yeah.
logo. It's so much more. It's having those touch points in harmony. To me, that's
Very
luxury.
beautifully
And finally,
you describe the full concept of branding. I love that.
thank thank you. And I'd say finally, it's also
Mm,
clarity. I'd say that the new kind of luxury branding is clarity, being clear on your values, what you stand for, so that you can stand out. What is distinctly you? That, to me, that's your
yeah,
superpower. And in this world of noise and social media and everything that's happening, how can you stand out? How can you be authentic? How can you be true to yourself? To me, that's where luxury branding is
very
heading.
beautifully. And while when you mentioned trust as the new currency, I was taken away. I was like, yeah, that's true. Especially in a market like Dubai, where trust is very important because we come from different backgrounds, different cultures, different countries. So who do you refer to, and who do you really work with? So people become the people's brand ambassadors, and that's the new luxury, I would say. Uh, what's next for Creative ID and Ananya Cards?
So I want to, at the moment, from the business point of view, I've looked at really mainly Dubai, but I'd like to expand further in the Gulf. So that's certainly a target for me for both
It will
businesses.
happen for sure with
So
the way your mindset
thank
is and the way the brand is going. I have no doubt.
That's very kind. Thank you. And then continuing these relationships, continuing these conversations, and doing good work, doing good work, and also, giving back is
Yeah.
important to me. That's been an ethos for all 26 years of the business. So whether that's donating to charity, whether that's planting trees, it's what can I do to
Mhm.
protect my people, my community, my
Beautiful.
planet.
And if anyone is listening right now, and wants to get in touch with you, how do they get in touch with you? I've already mentioned your
Well,
social media handles up there, but I just want to know if anything else you want to share.
so I'm very active on LinkedIn. So please look up me in LinkedIn. I'm Vaishali Shah, FCIM. And yes, on Instagram, I'm also active on Instagram. So that's a way to contact me. Go and visit the websites. And I'd love to have a chat. If you're thinking about starting a business, or you're you kind of started your business, but you feel that you need to grow, you want to take yourself to another level and you're not sure, you're a little bit stuck, please reach out to me. I'd love to have a chat and see if I can support
Brilliant.
you.
Perfect. And I think after this chat, a lot of people are going to be, interested in looking up at your service. And I'm personally in love with Ananya cards. So we're going to have a chat after this, and I'll be telling you something really, really cool.
I
Vaishali,
look forward to it. Thank
this has
you.
been such a rich conversation. Thank you so much for sharing all these expertise and your ideas, um, and being so generous with your insights. Before we wrap up, you've already told us where we can find you. Is there a website that you'd like to share as well?
Yes. So for Ananya Cards, it's www.ananyacards.com. And for Creative ID, it's creative-id.com.
Brilliant. For everyone who's listening, you can find Vaishali at creativeid.com, and for branding and marketing, and annettecards.com. For Bespoke Stationery, that's where you are going to get it. And links are shown in the notes as well. And I'll tag Vaishali. So I'll make sure that I leave no space for you to connect with, Vaishali. And thank you for all tuning in. Until next time, keep thinking globally and build it globally.
Thank you.